Hello, fellow Narnians. Welcome to another edition of Puddleglum's Music Collection. My name is Marty. Sorry I haven't been here in a while. I went on vacation, then I got my sciatic nerve or whatever it's called in my back. Something happened to it, so that was kind of painful. But after a week and a half of chiropractic stuff, I'm a lot better. So I guess chiropractic stuff works. I didn't know that. No, I kind of did, but because my wife gets it quite a bit. So today I'm going to talk about Neal Morse and his new epic record, Sola, Gratia. So Neal Morse has another epic album. It sounds like Neal Morse. He does borrow from a few things musically, kind of borrowed from some stuff I feel from Sola Scriptura. It definitely isn't as heavy as Sola Scriptura, but it's definitely a great album. Again, anything Neal does, I'm kind of like, oh, that's great. So there seems to be shorter songs on here. There is one song that's like a little over 9 minutes. It does seem like a shorter album to me than some of his other epics. Of course, we have another overture song on here. Somebody's got to do a best of Neal Morse and just put overtures on it, because I think he's done like, how many overtures has he done now? But this is a great album about Saul of Tarsus, also known as St. Paul. Before St. Paul, he was Saul. And this is a story of that. There's like 5 different solas. If you want to look them up, look up the 5 different solas. Who knows? There may be 3 more albums of solas, because we have Sola Scriptura and Sola Gratia now. So there's 3 other ones. Who knows? He's always looking for something different to do. I mean, he did the Neal Morse band, did Paul Bunyan's book on, 2 different albums. Maybe he'll just continue with some solos. This is Neal Morse, not the Neal Morse band, so it's Neal singing, but, you can see the guys from Neal Morse band on here. Eric Gillette's on here, does a great solo. Man, that guy's good. But Neal Morse is no slouch with the guitar, and he does a great job on here. There are some different sounds on here, like the keyboards. I feel like he borrowed a little bit from some of Chick Corea's keyboard sounds on here, on a few things. So I feel like some of the keyboard sounds are a little different. It does return to themes that Neal Morse does a lot. But it's a really good album, and I feel like it's got a lot of different stuff on it. So it's really good. Seemingly Sincere is a great song. A lot of different stuff going on in there. I just love the bass sound that Randy George gets. I don't think he gets enough credit for his playing and his bass sound. Maybe he does. But that guy's incredible, especially with Mike Portnoy playing drums with him. Man, that guy's good. That whole rhythm section on here is really neat in a lot of songs. You got the preface that starts it out, because it kind of explains the beginning there, and then you got the overture, In the Name of the Lord, Ballyhoo, really great song. There's a part in it that says, we are, and then you're like, the champions, and then it goes into something else. So it's kind of a nod there to Queen, I think. March of the Pharisees, good stuff on that. Building a Wall is a great song. The Road to Damascus, really good song. The story goes, like I was saying, with St. Paul. Most of it has to do with Saul of Tarsus, which I'm surprised he didn't get to the road to Damascus sooner. But I think that's just how it unfolded. So if you don't know the story of St. Paul, before he was St. Paul, he was Saul. And he worked with very extreme zealot part of Judaism. And actually Christianity, when it started, was kind of a sect of Judaism. And it was seen as something very bad. And, Saul was part of that group that went and, got rid of the Christians no matter what. And he was there when Stephen, which was the first Christian martyr, was stoned to death. Paul, when he was Saul, was there. And, that's what the song Seemingly Sincere is about. And, Saul went around and, actually murdered people that were Christians, stoned them. This was his goal, to protect the Jewish tradition, not letting Christians go any further. And then when he's going down the road to Damascus, he's covered in light. Jesus talks to him. Boom. Totally changed. And becomes Paul, one of the guys that wrote most of the New Testament. So just goes to show you, no matter who you are, if you're a murderer, if you're like David, which was an adulterer, no matter who you are, Jesus can come to you, repent, pow. But that's my own thoughts. You believe whatever you want. I know in my own life, he's really changed me. So, so that's the story of Sola Gratia, or Gratia, If in another country, I think they say it different. Like I said, the Eric Gillette solo on this I really like. It sounds like Neal Morse. You'll put it on, you're like, oh, that's Neal Morse. I think there's some different sounds in here, and I think there's it's a little shorter, and it is a little different, and I really enjoyed it. This is the cover here. So hopefully there's not too much glare on there. This album really likes the glare. There's the back. You can get it on different colors. There's a green, I think. There's a black. There's the gatefold there. And inside they have the lyrics. Everybody that played on it. We got Mike Portnoy on here again from Dream Theater. Most of the Neal Morse band plays on this. I got the yellow. I think it's yellow. It's kind of a greenish yellow, see-through. I guess there's more of a green one, and then there's a black, or you can get the CD, or you can... I think this one might even be on Spotify still, if you want to listen to it before you bought it. It's definitely on Waterfall, which is Neal Morse's streaming service that has all Neal Morse's stuff from Spock's Beard to Transatlantic to all the projects he's done. So yeah, it's a good album. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. So I first heard it, I was like, oh, more Neal Morse, about the same. But then I started listening to it more, and I realized there was a lot of different stuff on here. It seems like a shorter album, which, if you have a short attention span, that's nice. But I do like a really long album, so. Man, the more I listen to it, the more I like it, so. I would suggest getting it if you're a Neal Morse fan of any kind, if you like Transatlantic, Spock's Beard, any of that stuff, you should get this Neal Morse band. So thanks for listening. My name's Marty Phillips with Puddle Glum's Music Collection. Sorry I've been gone so long. I'll try to get the other Larry Normans up. I got the first Larry Norman from the trilogy that I reviewed, and then I'll do the other two and maybe some other things. So thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Get the Neal Morse album. It's really good. See ya.